We are struggling through the many days until Scarlett becomes an adult, and I thought it would be time to check in for a couple of big moments in her life. All right, so she has just asked her bestie here if he'd like to go to the prom with her. I cannot believe I just said bestie. Oh my goodness. But he asked, or she asked him if he would go to the prom with her just as friends. She doesn't really have any romantic interests just yet, but she wanted someone special to go with her. Jackson's kind of just the one who's always coming by after school, one of her closest friends, and she thought it'd be fun if the two of them go together. So we're going to at least go to prom with her. As far as where we're doing on the actual challenge part, she needs to max out her charisma skill. We're about halfway there at this point. And she needs to max out her logic skill, a little under half. You know, to be fair, she has 14 days until she becomes an adult, so we've got plenty of time to do that. She did complete the first part of her aspiration here. We just need to get charisma to level 6, and we'll be halfway through this one by actually more than halfway. I really need to learn my aspirations, let's be real. Okay, we'll be 3/4 of the way through. One of these days, I'll actually learn how these aspirations work. I will admit part of the problem was that for a very long time, I actually did have a mod installed that altered them all so that they actually took an entire lifetime to complete. But then I started doing so many challenges that require aspirations as part of them that I've removed the mod temporarily. But yeah, okay, so then after that, we'll just have to have 20 friends. I'm pretty sure we already have pretty close to that. And we need to have a BFF. Well, we've already got one of those. We'll probably have more. I have it set that she can have multiples, so she's the type I feel like would have like a BFF in every port kind of a thing, you know? Just, yeah. And it should not be too difficult for us to get to level 10 of charisma here because we're already halfway there. The big thing will be figuring out what we want to do after that. Because she has the good and family-oriented traits, I'm thinking something along that line. She does want to have 2 children and really like focus on instilling her beliefs into those children. So something with parenting would probably make sense. She does only want to have 2 children, or well, at least 2 children. We'll probably stick to 2. I've been getting kind of slammed with lots of kids in my other challenges, so I think we'll keep it simple here, but I think something with parenting would make sense, but until she has kids, we might want to try something that goes along with the good aspect of things. I do know of at least one mod through, I believe it was Kiera Sims 4 mods, that they have like a philanthropist type modded aspiration and modded trait that might actually be pretty fun to work with here. Definitely something to look into. I'm not opposed to modding. I am trying to avoid custom content. I know that this distinction doesn't make sense, especially since custom content is the thing that usually causes people the least trouble, but here we are. Yeah. All right. So then looking at Oasis, not so much of a concern anymore because she's actually finished her entire generation of requirements, but we are just so close, like less than 5,000 simoleons from completing this level of her aspiration, her second aspiration. And yeah, that will be like it for that. So that would be 2. I'm thinking at that point I might move on to the modded one I have here called Leisurely Retirement or something along that line. But it is quite a while before she becomes an elder as well, so I think maybe we'd want something in between there. I'm not really sure. She does have like a lot going on as far as traits that we could work with. For anyone who is wondering about the infertile, I did actually have her go and kind of deal with that medically so that she only had the one child because we were required to only have one child. So it does say she has a perfect pitch for music. So maybe she has some kind of midlife crisis that involves music. Yeah, she's definitely a very creative person. So anything in creativity would definitely be kind of a key thing to aim for. She also maxed out her skills here in pottery. And with that, that was kind of how we ended up completing the challenge because that was the final thing we needed to do. But she also gained the ability to do an unbreakable coating on anything that she makes. That has made her work very valuable. Basically, these were selling for like 450 if I recall. They're selling for like 800 now. And that is with basically no markup on any of the items. So we have like a 0% price modifier. So that's selling as is. We also just gained some perk points because she leveled up her business in the last bit that I've been playing. And I think the thing that okay, because she is a storyteller, she's an author, I really felt like this would be the opportunity for me to use this particular perk of inspiring business story. She feels like the type who would just have a lot to say about how, she came to pottery and how it really was just like a calling and blah, 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 blah. And maybe it would convince people to buy something. Probably not. Most of them will probably get bored out of their gourds and want to take off as quickly as possible. But hopefully they'll leave a tip on their way out the door. So that's where we're going with the small business perks. And I think based on how she did the last time we ran the shop when I had all the shelves full, she should be able to finish her aspiration after just one round of running the shop. I'm pretty hopeful in that because we made about 8,000 on that last day. All right, a little bit of a surprising personality change coming from Oasis. It says Oasis was able to cope with grief in a healthy way, resulting in a personality trait change. I can't speak today. You have no idea how many times I tried to read that already. We're going to go with it this time. But we would like to change her from loner to outgoing. I kind of like this idea. The business and everything, she started to talk to more people. She has a daughter who's very outgoing, and it's making her more open to talking to more people. I feel like it's a change that makes sense. So we're going to go with it. I do remain interested in seeing how it will affect things overall. Captain, stop playing in the puddles. You've had 800 baths. It's starting to get old. And Xena is running away again. Xena has never been happy here since we stole her from Father Winter. I really think at some point we probably should have just brought her back because it feels like the fair thing to do for her. Yeah, that was Bonehilda. Bonehilda is a ghost. Bonehilda has always been a ghost, hasn't she? No. I really need to like practice my lore or get to know my lore a little more because I am so horribly out of practice or understanding on any of that. But I also decided to mix it up and start doing some other sculptures. I'm going to finish a couple more teapots and then probably 3 of these sculptures in various glazes, and then we'll open up the shop and see how she does. Also, this whole romantic sculpture, yeah, kind of leading into the idea that maybe Oasis is, part of this outgoing thing as well. Starting to feel a little bit maybe like she does want someone in her life a little more, permanently. Hey, Scarlett, we're having a little get-together before prom. Want to join? Sure, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't know that meant they were coming here. I mean, sure, more people to meet. We're gonna introduce ourselves to everyone. Okay, I got one of you guys. Let's see. Apparently you invited yourself over and we don't actually know each other. Interesting. Okay, and glasses have apparently become like the thing to wear because if you'll notice, everybody has them. So I'm thinking we might want to do a little edit of Scarlett as well. Like maybe it's some kind of trend going through the high school that everyone just is loving glasses right now. Okay, hey Scarlett, I've heard so many good things about you. I love if we can grow to be fast friends. My goodness, just like everybody wants to be Scarlett's friend. She really is a friend of the world, and I'm, cool with that. We do have to have 20 friends for that final part, so that shouldn't be too hard at this point because it's definitely been going in our favor. Have we actually met you yet? I'm trying to. Okay. Oh, wait, we got you. All right. Bess is calling. Look, this is one of those times I actually have the money to do this, so we're gonna do it. I know that we're sinking our money into nothing, but I'm going for it because I think it's funny. Okay, I need like charismatic type discussions here because I really want to get that charisma up. Compliment your outfit. Okay, it's an amazing outfit. Great use of color. Let's see. We're gonna go. How many people can we go to the prom with? That's one of my questions. Like, how many friend prom dates can we have? Like, Bryson, you're looking cool. No, we're not gonna research the plant. We're gonna. There we go. All right. So we do have 20 friends already, and we've made a BFF. So we just need to get to level 4 of charisma or level 4. We need 4 more levels of charisma, and then we will be good to go on here. I honestly think she might complete this aspiration before we even get to her adulthood. I'm trying to see if she can go to prom with more than one person here. Okay, compliment. Oh, yeah, I'd be delighted to attend prom with you. Okay, so we should be able to, let's see, and then ask you to prom as friends. See how many of us we can get in like a group. Like have a whole prom friend group. That would be a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, you have all the rewards too. We have been up prom with you? Absolutely. All right. Excellent. Okay, so we made some new friends and we're going to prom with them. When the heck is prom? Wasn't that like yesterday? Or is it today? It's literally there's so many things going on. Aren't proms on Fridays? I have no idea. What do I know? Wait, from no. No. Do we just not have prom ever? But we're all apparently going. Whenever it pops up, we'll make it there, but we're good to go. No, we are not making Scarlett evil. No, look, I accepted the other personality change because it made sense. This does not make sense. She's been grieving just fine. She's been handling everything great. She's making friends. There's been nothing about her interactions that would remotely come up as evil. I mean, even on Harvest Fest, she and her mom went to like volunteer at a soup kitchen. There's nothing about her that is evil. No, I'm not accepting that. I understand the grief. They do grieve often. They have a lot of cats and friends that pass on. So, there's a lot going on in their lives. It's definitely a struggle, but yeah, I'm not accepting that one. Clement, sure, you can come hang out. Let's see. Clement is always coming over. I love that he's a devoted dad. The question is, does he want more from Oasis? It is something to consider. I'll give you that. It is definitely something I have been wondering if maybe we should go that route, if we should explore, especially because we're talking about Oasis finding love. Has it been Father Winter all along? Is Clement the one? Okay, it wasn't on the calendar, but prom is starting. I'm glad we weren't making all these prom plans without reason. I assumed the prom had to be today because, everyone came for a gathering at our place beforehand, but the whole thing felt a little weird because it wasn't on the calendar. Oh, look at Scarlett looking all pretty as a picture. And it looks like everyone is kind of excited to see her. Or at least checking her out. They're definitely interested. All right, let's see what we can do. We want to dance, eat something, and vote for prom royalty. And we want to put some pants on people. Why is it always my pants? I must have been using a lot of custom pants. Alright, for better or worse, they have all randomized some bottoms. Alright, I think... Okay, first of all, actually, I'm going to do the voting, if I can figure out where that's hiding. Because that always seems to be the one that I most struggle to find. I think we will do, let's see. Probably Tia would be my prom jester. Can we vote for ourselves? I mean, that'd be kind of cool if we could vote for ourselves. But I think we'll vote for Fallon. Fallon is one of our... No, see, this is every time. There are two sides. You can see two Sims voting on either side. And it'll be like, no, I can't vote. And I got to do it again. And then it works. I just don't understand it, you know? All right, and then we're definitely going to head over here and do some dancing. I think I want to just do regular dance. I would have liked to be able to start some kind of group dance with everyone, but all of these people that were supposed to be at the prom with us have not arrived. So, I mean, some of them were here, but I would have thought we would have been in some kind of group or something. I am going to wait to have her eat, in part because there is no actual food being served here yet. She does want to talk to someone. Let's see. Let's find someone that we like, and okay. Well, there's Jackson, so let's just tell him an unbelievable story. You're gonna be like, you are not going to believe this, but I had no idea what dress I was going to wear before I came here, and Mom just had this hanging in her closet. Yeah, my mom, the one who only wears like green and brown all the time, somehow had this old dress, this like amazing like retro dress just hanging in her closet, and I can't imagine Mom ever wearing anything like this color. Can you believe it? Like this dress. It's amazing. And the red shoes, too. She said something about them coming from Oz. I have no idea what Oz is or what any of that means. But, you know, it's cool. And everyone's like, okay, that's amazing. Let's ask him about his skills and whatever, because apparently that's something we care about. And then we're going to do a cheerful introduction to you, because someone we haven't met. Hello, you're a little hottie. Demetrius. Landon. Oh, you're... Okay, sure, you can dance with Landon. Didn't even know you asked him, but apparently you've got a type. Hello. Well, he looks a little upset by this. Okay, Demetrius, let's compliment his outfit. You are kind of the best dressed here. That shirt is very nice. Not really keen on the pants, but, you know, it's a look. You're pulling it off. At least you managed to remember your shirt, unlike some other people around here who will remain nameless. Oh, you want to watch the awards ceremony. I kind of really need to get in on some of this other stuff. Any chance anyone voted for us? Could you quiet down so the teacher can actually announce everything? Thank you. Alright, well, principal, not teacher. You get the idea. Alright, attention everybody. We have the results. Wouldn't you know it, Fallon and Tia. Like, who would have guessed that the two people we voted for would be the ones to win? That's just unheard of. Alright, we're going to take a selfie when we're done. And then maybe try take a happy photo with our new buddy here, Demetrius. I don't know what this face is supposed to be, but it's kind of scaring me. That's a little better, but she kind of has a thing with her eye that it's a little disturbing. Okay, that's almost normal. I think I'm going to maybe rotate this one. Yeah, because it feels like the kind of thing even her mom might like a copy of that on her wall. Yep, she's doing that eye thing again. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't make faces. I'm not sure that making faces works for you. Okay. You're not really sure, yeah. Okay, well, I thought we were gonna take a photo with someone. Oh, take a photo with. Take a funny photo with, okay, you'll take a funny one with Jackson. Probably should take a funny one with, what do you mean you can't get it? Okay, what are y'all doing in the photo booth, and do I want to know? Okay, prom is dude, how, what? How is it complete already? We didn't have time to do anything. I only got a photo booth picture of myself. Alright, yes, but we're gonna make sure we bring along some friends. It does not look like we can invite the new guy with us. He's not a friend yet, though, so that makes sense. Alright, yeah, everyone's cheering for them. Alright, offer a listening ear, whisper about this new crush you have. Jackson's gonna be devastated. I feel like Jackson is not gonna love the fact that she clearly has developed a crush on someone else. Demetrius really kind of, she's kind of interested. Let's see. Oh, let's invite him over. See if we can get him to come on over. It is late, but it is Saturday, so maybe he'll come over, hang out, and we can get to know him a little better in a less loud type, promy sort of situation. Promy is a word. Just made it up, but it's a word. Oh, she wants to volunteer again and play a video game. We could do that. Oh, Demetrius is sleeping. Well, we should be probably too because it's pretty late, but I think we're gonna see if we can grab something to eat first because we're kind of hungry. Get a couple of fish tacos. That sounds pretty yummy. And yeah, it kind of sucks that he's sleeping. I guess we'll have to maybe do something on another day. She's probably going to sleep in because, she's up late on Sunday morning now. I want to see if we can get on here and ride the Ferris wheel. Let's ride it with a friend. We'll get on with Jackson. Kind of, tell him how we're feeling. And I really hope Jackson doesn't have a crush on us. I would feel really bad about that. It might be a good idea to find out a bit about Jackson. Yeah, we're best friends, deeply connected. But it doesn't feel like a crush kind of situation. So I think maybe we'll be okay. I don't want to break the poor guy's heart. Oh, there is a place here to take photos. Let's take a funny photo with Jackson. Kind of wanted to take a funny one with the other friend as well. But I don't think she's nearby right now. And, okay, well, and I want to take a friendly photo with Fallon. Oh, she is around here. Okay. I'd probably do a mischievous one with Tia. I think that would be kind of funny. I just now realized there's actually a skating rink here too. There's so much to do around here. I love this place. Especially, I do have a mod. I believe this one is by Bianchen. That charges for riding on Ferris wheels and such. So that it's not free. Which makes more sense to me. Alright, there we go. We've managed to get all three of them now. I just feel like she's the type that would have pictures with all of her friends. She's going to, spend lots of time with everyone when she goes off to university. Well, I don't think she's going to go off to university, to be honest. I think she's actually going to stay home. It makes more sense to me that she would. But I think she'll be the type to have all these pictures of her friends on the wall and, socializing often, getting her friends together to go volunteer, just generally being very involved all the time in everything. And I think a bit of that is already rubbing off on her mom, but probably even more so as time goes on. Alright, and I don't have the shop full yet, but I'm going to go ahead and open and see what kind of progress we can get here. Now that we have the tips enabled and everything, I'm thinking we should be able to knock this off the books here. I think that's 198 already, so yeah, this should be pretty easy. And I want to come on over. I still need to figure out a way to put a bathroom in here. I could possibly, extend the back here. and put like a door in the middle or something. Um, yeah, possibly. Just make this bigger even and section off part of it. Something because I really want to have a bathroom for our guests. It does feel like something we should do for them. I was getting recommendations as a way to help improve the business rating. And one of the things that a lot of them were saying was that it wasn't very friendly. So I'm trying to make an effort to welcome people and get everyone interested in, just the friendly nature of things around here. I personally love that the dog is here as well. Toys all over the place. That might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's fun to go into a business and they have their pets there, especially when the pets are very open to having attention and everything. But I kind of wasn't paying attention to what the last one came out at, and I'm really interested. Oh, not a last exception. No, I just want to. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything? Um, inspire with the business story. Let's just go all in here and start telling people our business story. Really make make people feel excited about being here, being a part of it. All right, Oasis has taken the first step on the dreamer path as she performs different interactions that appeal to or revolt various customers. What's the teapot will gain either dreamer or schemer alignment. Oh, there we go. Aspiration achieved. Let me finish reading though. All right. As the alignment level progresses, it will affect how different customers feel about the business as well as how Oasis feels about herself. All right, so we've got kind of an idea here that things are going pretty well for us. And yeah, I think that I'm going to put this on a romance-based one, and we're going to find her someone special. I would go Grey Love, but she's kind of a ways away from that situation yet. I think maybe Romantic Explorer would be the way to go. Kind of put her in that dating space and explore things there. Okay, I'm probably going to have to close in order to be able to fix some of this, but so that it works as it's supposed to. But we've made a few quick changes just to kind of do the things that I was talking about. So I've created a bigger selling space, added a little bathroom, and hopefully when we get everyone out of here, I'm able to kind of section this off as just for her so we don't have customers just making use of that. One of the alternatives that I'm considering is also putting some of the tables here and possibly, allowing people to make their own pottery as another option. But for now, she kind of wants to be the one to make the pottery that sells here. But just in the 3 hours she was open, she made over 2,000. So yeah, it's definitely a profitable business for us. Yeah, I think now she has a nice cozy spot. I tossed a radio up here to kind of improve the general like mood in here and everything. And I was able to, I had to leave the lot and come back. It's a little, I don't know if it's a bug necessarily, but I've noticed if I want to change the shape of where the workplace is or the small business, I can't adjust the like zoning unless I leave the lot and come back. But this area is now zoned for employees only, so she should be the only one able to get there and everything else is public. I like that she now has a convenient bathroom to use right here, which is pretty nice because that's about the only need that she really has. We have a lot of like little perks and such that have basically made it so that she really doesn't require much. So, okay, and Lacey calls often. You have a crush on Shane. Go for it. We're always here to encourage those relationships in others. We are going to remain called What's the Teapot, and half of our selection will always be teapots. But I think we're going to start, doing a little more diverse offerings just to kind of shake things up a little bit. And, her skill is at its best. She might as well take advantage of that. And I think we're going to wrap things up for today with them heading off to a volunteer bake sale. I think, it's always important that she keeps doing her volunteering. And I do love that she tends to bring her mom with her whenever she's available, although Oasis tends to make it there before she does. Yeah, and I think we've made a lot of progress here. I think I'm actually going to move these over here. Because of the way they're angled, it feels like it would make more sense. It really doesn't matter, but like it does to me. So that's where we're at. All right, so we have basically accomplished quite a bit. We had Oasis finish her second aspiration. Scarlett is moments away from finishing hers. Well, not moments. It'll probably take a day or two of playing to get her to the next one. But I'm kind of curious what you guys would like to see as her next aspiration. I'm hoping the next time you see her, we are going to be heading off to, or at least finishing up high school and heading off to university. She is to become a doctor. So I feel like we do want to do university, but I think I've decided to keep her home. I feel like as close as Scarlett and Oasis are, it makes sense. It also allows us to continue playing with Oasis and exploring that idea of her having a relationship now that she has gotten older. I don't necessarily think even that Oasis needs anyone, but I think that she has, kind of evolved over time. And this kind of wanting a relationship thing is part of that evolution, part of the changes that she has gone through in her life. She's, become more open to more relationships, and I think that's all just kind of coming together. Somebody has destroyed one of our ceramics again. I need to. I'm so glad we can do this unbreakable thing now, so then we can, as they get broken, we can fix them, and it's all good. I'm fine, but thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and keep on being perfectly you.